The traditions of these people, what the pastors are pushing today, he said it's vain, it's lies, it's no good. Read.
For one, cutteth a tree out of the forest.
He said, look, this tradition, and man goes to the forest and he cut a tree down. Read.
Out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen, with the axe.
So he cut it down with an axe. Read.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
Wait a minute. He cut the tree down, then he deck it with silver and with gold. What that sound like?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
This is the information they do not want to come out. Give me Proverbs. A man thinking that as he thinking. Nah, my sister, I heard it. All right, give me that in Malachi 3:8 first. Because they teach that, right? It said church protocols.
Yeah.
You know what? You got to do this.
Yeah.
Ain't no ifs and buts about it. You got to do it, right? What you got?
We got it.
Malachi chapter 3 and verse 8. Will a man rob God?
Will a man rob God?
Yeah.
Huh? Don't he do that?
Yeah.
And pass that plate around?
Yeah.
So read it again.
Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me.
No, he's saying, look, will a man rob God, yet he have robbed me. What the Christian church don't do, they don't give you the understanding. They might read you one verse, and guess what they do for the rest of the time? Hoop on that holler. Hey, get on your feet. Don't you hear me, Lord?
That's it.
That's what they do. That's what they do, but hold on. Let's get some understanding of what he's talking about, okay? You know what you got?
Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee?
Come on.
In tithes and offerings.
So you robbed me in tithes and offerings. Let's find out what these offerings were. Keep reading real fast. We go to that next.
Verse 9. Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation.
Read.
Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse.
He said, wait, bring your tithes into the storehouse. What's normally in the storehouse?
Storage stuff like.
Storage stuff, right? We got them in our kitchen. Everybody, kitchen closet got one. And goods. A pantry.
Yeah.
You bringing food. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 22. We want to understand what these tithes are, because tithes was never money. Right. Never money. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 22.
Read.
Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed.
Wait a minute. He said you should surely tithe all the increase of your what? Your seed. Your seed. Showing you what? A tithing with never money is talking about crops.
Right.
Let's read some more. Read some more.
That the field bringeth forth year by year.
Read.
And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God, and the place which ye shall choose.
Wait a minute. He said, bring forth your tithes, that the field bring forth, and then you shall eat it. Crops.
Right.
Corn. Livestock. It's letting you know what it is. Read.
To place his name there.
Come on.
The tithe of thy corn.
Hold on, now it's breaking it down for us.
Yeah.
It said the tithe of your corn. It ain't talking about that. It said the tithe of your corn. Read.
Of thy wine.
Of that what?
Wine.
So it said your corn, your wine. Read.
And of thy oil.
Your oil.
And the firstlings of thy herd.
It said in your flock, the sheep, the cattle. Read.
And of thy flock, that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God.
So he said, look, tithing is what the field brings forth. Your wine, your corn, your cattle, your crops, your flocks. That's what it's showing you what it is. Matthew chapter 15, verse 3. But he said it's a church protocol to give tithes.
Yeah.
It's a church protocol. He said something else too. By the anniversary?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
So into his pastoral anniversary and his marriage anniversary. So he wants them to sow into his anniversary.
So he wants you to give the money for his anniversary.
Yeah.
So he wants you to take the money that you work for all week long and put it in his pocket.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Watch what God says though.
If you want.
If you want to, right? But after you did that too, guess what? Now you're like, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it now. You just said it. Watch this.
Matthew chapter 15 and verse 3.
Try not to be on the camera.
But he answered and said unto them,
He won't turn it on you.
why do ye also transgress the commandment of God?
He said, why do you break my commandments? Christ is talking to the Pharisees. He said, why do you break God's commandments? Read.
By your tradition.
By what?
Your tradition.
He said, you break my commandments by your tradition. By what? These weddings are anniversaries. You say his pastor anniversary. I want you to get tribute to that. Read.
For God commands, saying, honor thy father and mother.
Right, back then they wasn't honoring their father and their mother. But he said, why do you break my commandments by your traditions? I want you to understand this, Colossians 2 and 8. Everything that we learned today, we learned it from who? Huh? Wait a minute, hold on, wait a second. Hold on, wait. You said God? You said God, right? But you pointed at white. That's the white devil right there.
Bring it out.
So he's the white devil. So Matthew 24 and 4 first, and then we'll get that next. So everything that he taught us how to go against God. He didn't teach us the right things. Matter of fact, Isaiah chapter 28, verse 15. Or 29, verse 15. You know the one by the precepts of men. 29:13? Yes, sir. Watch this.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 13.
Read.
Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth.
He said, as a people, we draw near to God quickly with our mouths. So you love God, right?
Yeah.
You love God? You love God? You're not quick to say, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't tell me. You can't tell me. Don't even ask me twice. I'm going to tell you again. Right? But he said, as a people, we draw near to him with our mouths.
Our
Read.
hearts are far from him.
And with their lips do honor me,
Read.
but have removed their heart far from me.
Your heart, according to the Bible, is your mind.
Yeah.
That's your mind. It said you have removed your mind far from you. But with your lips, you speak a hell of a good game.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, my daughters keep
Read.
And their fear toward me.
He said, and the fear that you loan towards God is taught by who?
Is taught by the precept of men.
He said, taught by the precept of men. He talked about the white man.
Yeah.
Because he taught us how to fear God here in America. And everywhere else we got scattered abroad on slavery. So they're not going to teach you how to serve your God the correct way because they already know for a fact that you're better than them.
Right.
So I don't need you to know that you are a true Jew. That the people that claim to be Jewish are really the imposters. He don't want you to know that. Matthew 24. Read what you got.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them.
So he said, and Jesus answered and said unto them. So this is Christ finna speak. He finna tell us something that we need to take real good heed to. Read.
Take heed that no man deceive you.
He said, take heed that no man deceive you. What does deceive mean? Lie. He said, take heed that no man lie to you. Read.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
If you Google Jesus Christ, what color you gonna see of the person that pop up? A white man.
Right.
And he said the way we taught how to fear God was the precepts of men. He's talking about the white man.
Yeah.
Read.
And shall deceive many.
He said going to deceive many. If believer or not, we've been deceived.
Yeah.
We've been deceived. You know how we've been deceived? Because we've been taught how to keep the traditions.
Right.
You want to pay, he teach you how to give money as your tithe. And we just read out the Bible. tithes is not money. He teach you to celebrate the anniversaries. But give me Deuteronomy 16, verse 16. He don't teach you the time that we gotta actually come together according to God's word. Because believe it or not, we do, it's not anniversary, but we do have high holy days.
Right.
Feast days that we was commanded to come together 3 times out of the year.
That's right.
What are those? That's one. That's one. What else? Do y'all know? Passover. We're gonna read it for you, all right? Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 16 and verse 16. 3 times in a year shall all thy mouths appear before the Lord thy God.
So he said 3 times out of the year, all your mouths should appear before the Lord thy God. Back then, we should go to Jerusalem and appear before God. Read.
In the place which he shall choose.
In the place that God shall choose. My brother, come up real quick. Because what we're discussing right now, they was taught how to keep marriage anniversaries, pastor anniversaries. But we read out of the Bible, the 3 times each year, we must come together and celebrate God's high holy days.
That's right.
Read.
In the feast of unleavened bread.
He said the feast of unleavened bread. Let's go into the Passover. Let's go into the Passover. Read.
And in the feast of weeks.
The feast of weeks. Pentecost. And you can read that in Acts 2. Read. Why you think it said, matter of fact, it was Acts 2 real fast. 2 and 5. Why do you think they said for the feast of Pentecost, they came men out of all nations? Men out of all nations. How do you think we got there? What's this right here? Slavery. Yeah. So we were scattered all over, but back then we knew for a fact we got to go back to Jerusalem at this time. So read what you got.
Acts chapter 2 and verse 5.
Read.
And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men.
It said Jews, devout men. Jew is short for Judah.
Right.
So he's saying the Israelites from the nation of Judah. Read.
Out of every nation.
Out of where?
Every nation.
Every nation. Because we got scattered in slavery. I'm gonna tell you straight, coming to America on slave ship, but not our first time on slavery.
Right.
When you see like the Hispanics, some of them look Chinese on them. Some of them like kind of Arabish on them. Because guess what? We've been in slavery many times before. And we've been mixed with each other, amidst among other nations. So he letting you know, these Jews, these Israelites come out of these other nations, read.
Under heaven. Now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man.
Look. Read verse 1.
Acts chapter 2 and verse 1.
Read.
And when the day of Pentecost was fully come.
He said when the day of Pentecost, go back. That's the Feast of Weeks. So they knew for a fact, all right, this is what God told you to keep every year.
Right.
So every year I gotta go back to Jerusalem and keep this high holy day. It's not an anniversary, but guess what? It's remembered every year. You gotta do this, right? Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 16 and verse 16.
Read.
3 times in a year shall all males appear before the Lord thy God in the place which he hath chosen, in the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles.
He said the Feast of Tabernacles. What's the Feast of Tabernacles? What's the Feast of Tabernacles?
When the people come together.
Huh?
When the people come together.
Okay. I'm gonna ask another question. It's a feast. It's a holiday. The Lord keeps there, right? Hey, it's a holiday. They got this man dressed in a red suit.
Santa Claus.
Huh?
Santa Claus.
You see how quick you said that?
I do like a wrong Santa Claus.
But you see what I'm saying? We done learned the wrong things. Christmas is not in the Bible. It didn't come from God. But tabernacle did. Give that on the one in John. To show that Christ celebrated these things. So what we've been taught the whole time, that's why Christ said to warn us. He said, beware that no man deceive you. And to be honest, he already deceived many.
That's right.
Hear what you got.
John chapter 10 and verse 22.
So this is the New Testament. Because I know in the church they push, hey, do not read the Old Testament. Start off with the New. So start off 3/4 of the whole Bible. That's what they tell us. Read.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication. And it was winter.
I want the Feast of Tabernacles. I think it's 14. Isn't it 14? All right, watch this.
John.
Is it 7 to 14? Give me John 7. I think it's 7 to 14. Because we have been taught the wrong way. So it's quick for us to remember Easter, to remember Christmas, to remember our birthdays, to remember, what else we got? Father's Day, Mother's Day. We were taught by this man and his people to keep those days, but when it actually comes to the days out of the Bible, we don't know about them. That's why I asked you a question, like, man, my brother right, he kept it real with us. He said, man, I ain't gonna tell you, I don't really know. Watch this.
John chapter 7 and verse 1. After these things, Jesus walked in Galilee, but he would not walk in Jerusalem, because the Jews sought to kill him.
Christ was finna get, his own people were trying to kill him. Read.
Now the Jews' feast of tabernacles.
He said, now what?
Feast of
Now
tabernacles.
read again from the top. Now what?
Now the Jews'
He said, now the Jews, what?
feast of tabernacles was at hand.
He said the Jews' feast. The Jews' feast, showing you what? Tabernacles was our custom.
That's right.
Feast of dedication, Passover, Pentacles. That was our custom. It is our custom. Now, give me Colossians 2 and 8. Like I said, we've been taught wrong. And I think you got a question too, right? You got no question? Okay.
I got that.
Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna show you real quick, okay? Watch this.
Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
So he said, beware. If you walking in the neighborhood, right, and you see on that somebody's fence, it said, beware of dog. What does that mean? You better watch out. That big dog, that big rock might come across that fence. Right? Read it again.
Beware, lest any man spoil you.
So he said, beware lest any man spoil you. Read.
Through philosophy and vain deceit.
So he said, don't be deceived by these philosophies and vain deceits. Read.
After the tradition of men.
After the traditions of men. Christmas is the tradition of men.
Right.
Celebrating our birthdays is a tradition of men.
Right.
Easter is a tradition of men. Read.
After the rudiments.
Oh, Thanksgiving is a tradition of men. That's talking about the slaughter of your brothers and sisters right here.
Bring it out.
Read.
After the rudiments of the world. And not after Christ.
And not what?
And not after Christ.
He said it's not after Christ. It's not after Christ. So keeping those holidays is not after Christ. Give me Jeremiah 10 and 1. Because, remember what I said earlier about Kanye West?
Yeah.
He said that he's a Jew, right?
Yeah.
So when you say you're a Jew, you're saying, you know what, I'm an Israelite. Since I'm an Israelite, I found out that the Jews' holidays was Passover, Pentacles, Tabernacles. I gotta start keeping those now. I'm not keeping what the world says to keep because I found out who I am.
Yeah.
God said the Jews are the best nation on the planet Earth today. Read what you got.
Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
So God is speaking to the nation of Israel right now, and I'm looking at them. The nation of Israel are the so-called blacks and Hispanics. Read.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
He said, don't learn the way of the heathen. You know who the heathen are? Hey, you all right with me, my brother.
Yeah.
You all right with me. He said, And he felt that. He said, him. Every other nation outside of the nation of Israel, those are the heathens.
That's right.
So it ain't just the white man. It's the Africans, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Arabians. Who else we got? The East Indians. They the one who put us into slavery. Read.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
That's going into the Zodiac Signs. They teach you it's okay to be a Gemini. What is it? Locust. What else? Now y'all claim y'all name these things real quick. My brother, you had any questions before you leave? Yes, sir. So y'all saying these things real quick, but he said, look, don't be dismayed at this. Don't take heed to what these heathens are pushing upon us. Read.
Be not dismayed. Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Read.
For the customs of the people are vain.
He said the customs, the traditions of these people, what the pastors are pushing today, he said it's vain. It's lies. It's no good. Read.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
He said, look, this tradition, and man goes to the forest and he cut a tree down. Read.
Out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen, with the axe.
So he cut it down with an axe. Read.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
Wait a minute. He cut this tree down, then he deck it with silver and with gold. What that sound like?
That's slavery, in slavery.
Oh. Remember, he said, beware of these the tradition of the heathen.
Yeah.
Don't take heed to them. A custom is that one man go in the forest, cut a tree down, then he deck it with silver and with gold. What does it sound like today? A Christmas tree! A Christmas tree! We don't cut the tree down ourselves. You go to the store and buy one, you take it home, and you deck it with silver and gold.
Yeah.
You put decorations on it.
Yeah.
Watch this.
They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it moves not.
And that's what we do in the house. Make sure it don't move, right?
Yeah.
Watch this.
They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because
The tree don't speak, and you got to carry these trees. Let's finish it up. Read.
they must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
He said it's just a tree. Don't be afraid of it. You got to carry it. They can't speak. They can't do evil. But it said it's not in them to do good either, because they're not teaching the right way. So read verse 2 again.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
He said, do not learn the ways of the heathen.
Right.
He let you know Christmas is a tradition of the heathen. The way we've been taught how to fear God was the tradition of the heathens, the tradition of the men, and mainly the white men. Give me that as Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 23. Because as long as we keep calling ourselves African American, black, Negro, they ain't gonna stay ruling upon us. But when we come back to understand, like what Kanye said, I'm a Jew, what Kyrie Irving got in trouble for, that we are the real Israelites, they kingdom gonna fall. Watch this.
Ezekiel chapter 39 verse 23. And the heathen shall know.
It said, and the heathen shall know. Read.
That the house of Israel.
The house of who?
That the house of Israel.
The so-called blacks and Hispanics. The real Jews, according to the Bible. Read.
Went into captivity.
Went to captivity. What's captivity? Capture. Slavery. Slavery. So he said, the house of the heathen know that the house of Israel, the 12 tribes, the blacks and Hispanics, went into slavery for what?
For their iniquity.
What's iniquity? It is sin.
That's right.
Psalm 38. We're going to be right back. Sin, iniquity is sin according to the Bible. We're going to read the scriptures to actually show that, to prove that. That's the difference between us and the Christian church today.
Bring it out.
Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 38, verse verse 18. For I will declare mine iniquity. I will be sorry for my sin.
So iniquity means sin. So let's go back. Read.
Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity.
Read.
Because they trespassed against me.
He said, because we trespass against God. We sin against God. You know how we sin against God?
Idols and worshiping different gods.
Worshiping different gods. Celebrating Christmas. Celebrating Thanksgiving. Easter. Birthdays. These pastor anniversaries, wedding anniversaries. The God didn't tell us to do that. I know, Mama. I know. We've been doing it for years, but guess what? That's all right. Give me Proverbs 20:24. That's all right. Because what's your nationality? What's your nationality?
Like white, we have Puerto Rican.
All y'all wrong.
I'm good.
You say it one more time? You what? You from what tribe, my brother? What's your nationality?
Black American.
No!
Israelite.
Israelite from what tribe?
Right.
The tribe of Judah.
That's right.
That feels good, don't it? Give me that in Proverbs.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord.
I saw your face, Mama. You like, oh my goodness, I've been doing this wrong for years. But he said, a man's going is of the Lord. If you got breath in your body, you have a chance to come back to God. You got time to repent.
That's right.
You got time to start applying God's laws in your life. Start keeping the Feast of Dedication. That just started last night.
The laws and the commandments of God. That's what God had me in for the past 2 months. And I've been learning on the laws and the precept and the way of the Lord. So that's where I've been at.
I see that you got the hair cover. I see you got the dress. But it's still more you got to apply to
More,
them.
yes. Like, he's working on me though. I'm coming into the knowledge of.
Y'all pray. Let's read that scripture again. This can apply for all 4 of y'all. Watch this.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own ways?
So, Mama, it's all right, Mama. You said, how can you understand your own way? God had you live your life to run into the prophets when you still got breath in your body, not to change it.
Right.
To start applying the commandments of God.
Right.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is